Hello everyone, this is Defense Politics Asia, and this is the quick update over at the Bakhmut front. At the Bakhmut front, the latest information is that the Ukrainian offensive has kind of paused. They did not push further. I think the Russian Defense Ministry's decision to just withdraw towards the line without even fighting much. Like they simply just run away without much fighting, kind of surprised the Ukrainians. And the Ukrainians don't know what to do. It seems like the case. And so far, based on the latest information we do have, is that the Russian forces also have withdrawn maybe around this area. This is not acknowledged by the Deep State UA. Deep State UA's mapping, the Russian forces still control this forest line here. So it's kind of unclear where the line is at this moment, but we do have a geolocation of fighting at this position just off Kharkovivka. This is actually reportedly the video from last week. Not too sure how last week is the last week, but the fighting was here, and it was quite sad because it was just a defensive position, Russian defensive position that was actually overwhelmed by two infantry fighting vehicles and another squad. One of the soldiers tried to run away without fighting, and then he got killed. So yeah, so anyway, then the Ukrainian Defense Ministry continued to report Russian attacking at Kharkovivka and Bodanivka, as well as Promove. I'm really not sure how to take this seriously. Just feel it doesn't feel like reality. What we do know is that the Prigozhin in his official Telegram channel has published the comment that the Wagner forces have reinforced the Russian forces along the Berkivsky reservoir line. So we know that there is a defensive line that was around here. This is the line, and the Ukrainian Defense Ministry, the Deep State UA, the pro-Ukrainian source, did not even map this far away. Their mapping is actually along this line. So it could be this line, or it could be this line. We're not sure, but what we do know is that the Wagner forces have reinforced the lines, and they are joined by any of these Russian troops that decided to stay. At least this is based on the words of Prigozhin. He says that some of them, those fighters from the Russian military who did not run away from their lost position joined us. Some of them quite successfully occupied the position and built into the overall system, repelling the Ukrainian offensive. So another very controversial thing that Prigozhin says is that as for the constant information that the airborne forces are helping the Wagner forces, it cannot be corroborated. He said that he haven't seen them at all. So he said in theory the airborne forces are supposed to recapture all this lost position, but they are not even there. So the positions are still under Ukrainian control, and probably is around this line, and the Russians are probably around this line. I think this makes more sense with some kind of no man's land in between. And so a lot of intrigue, coming from the Russian side. We have it's really like Korean drama. We have no idea what the hell is happening. So So this is the latest information we do know from the Wagner, that is they have now going back into the flank, and the entire information of the VDV, the airborne forces, is actually not true, or at least if you want to believe Prigozhin at all. Within the city itself, there's only fighting being reported at Bakhmut, according to the Ukrainian Defense Ministry, and it's conceivable that there is still fighting within the city. There is, however, footage coming out from pro-Russian sources showing that there are civilians in the basement, in the air raid shelter, that is being rescued by Wagner fighters. I, of course, always would recommend you to just take a pinch of salt. I cannot verify whether this is a made-up thing. It could be acting, it could be real. Of course, the pro-Russians will say it's real. I have no idea. But I think that it's quite unimaginable that there is still civilians within Bakhmut city itself when the fighting is actually that bad. And then Prigozhin also added in his statement that the duty of the Wagner forces is to capture Bakhmut city. after they capture Bakhmut, then it's no longer their job. It is the job of the airborne forces or other units to hold the city. So which means once the Wagner forces capture the rest of this Bakhmut city, where they hold the city itself, they will hand over the entire task to the Russian military to continue to hold the city. And yeah, sounds like a perfect time for the Ukrainians to counterattack. So yeah, so this is the only part that's left for the Wagner forces to capture, and then it will be the Russian military to take over the positions. And so other than that, we do have Russian Defense Ministry reporters shelling at Ivanivsky and Chasiv. Yeah, and otherwise the Ukrainian offensive seems to have halted. So anyway, this is the summary, not summary. This is the quick update over at the Bakhmut front. So do press the like button, subscribe if you are not subscribed. If you are new to this channel, you must subscribe. And for those that have been watching for a long time and you never subscribe, you should subscribe. And press the like button. And also for those that are subscribed, do check, make sure that you are actually subscribed, because sometimes the YouTube gods will actually unsubscribe you. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next update.